Another brick in the wall. Good old-fashioned Pink Floyd right there for you. It's Dan, RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. I've got another one of the teacher-y type shows. I don't know. I was actually going to be doing a totally different show, and I'll do that one for my Monday morning release. But it was actually just on my way down to the gym, and I was going through a certain level of thought processes that were not in the right direction, and Universe was able to demonstrate very quickly to me how to get back in line and that I was going down a bad path. So what it did is it made me think of a really, really important point. Now, again, this show is kind of more for the people that are planning on being teachers or teachers of teachers. Certainly anyone's allowed to listen to this, but these topics tend to be a little more on the advanced side. That's why they don't happen as often. I mean, there's only so many places you can get crazy with this. But this one is kind of one of those where if you've gotten kind of the basics of law of attraction, the Goddard, imagining, all that kind of stuff kind of down, here's a place where you need to kind of kick it up a notch and start to realize there's a big difference. And here's what I mean. Every single moment that you're aware of, that you observe, every single moment, every 100% of all the moments that you are conscious of, they are for you. There is very well something there. If something pops out at you for sure, that is an indication, or that is part of your answer, or that is some sort of sign, symbol, whatever. Depends what it is, depends what you're trying to figure out, depends how many irons you have in the fire, if you will, how many different pans you've got on the grill, you know what I mean? Like, if we're covering a lot of things at once, sometimes it can be a little tricky, but every single moment of every single day that you're conscious is for you. Every moment. That I've used the example of shooting stars as a really, really good one. I hope everyone's seen one, but I know there are people. I've actually met people before that I've never seen one. It's like, wow. But shooting stars are an excellent example of how perfect things work as far as conscious and being observers of what's happening around us. Because right now, everything's happening around you. Everything. There's just about every different option available to you. But what you notice, what catches your attention, is what's real to you. That's of the kaleidoscopic thing, right? In little kaleidoscopes, right? You spin it around and it's all sorts of different stuff, right? On that whole kaleidoscopic concept, how you happen to look at it at your moment is your filter, is your reality, is your thing for you. And so it's how so many people can sit in the same location and watch the exact same thing and have a completely different experience. So all of these moments are for us, and depending, again, how many manifestations you've got going on, I don't know which one it's going to be answering for you. For me, it was directly involved with what I was thinking at the moment, so the timings of everything. So I was going through a thought process really in my head that was kind of negative. It was taking me away from what I know to be the right path, but you know, like a lot of us, we go through our moments where we get frustrated, where things happen, where whatever, and we maybe have our doubts, right? So I was going through a doubt cycle. I don't have them often, but they do happen. I keep telling people it's okay if you have them. It's what you do with them when you have them that's important. This one was definitely not going down a good path. And what's really funny is on my way to the gym, every single light I hit was red. All of them. Most of these lights I always hit green. Not just because I always hit green, because they're almost never red. It's amazing when they are, right? So the first one that makes me stop, ironically, I'm sitting there, and I was in the left-hand lane. There's two lanes, right? And it was left-hand lane. Not that you knew this, but whatever. And immediately up, there is a no left turn sign because it's an off-ramp for a toll road. And there was a no U-turn sign. No turning off path, no turning off track is what this means to me. This is what I saw, right? So this is my point to everyone. No left turn, no turning off track, and U-turns, no going backwards. Dude, come on, no going backwards. And that's exactly where I was going. So then the concern became more of a, so what, I'm supposed to wait this out. So literally every single light I hit, I can't think of one light that wasn't timed weird. Normally I hit lights the timing just beautifully. And on the way down, it was like every single one of them was bad timing. And then when I got down, there's a high school area, and I was going to make a right turn. And a kid, because it's right by high school, right? A kid starts walking across the crosswalk, and I'm like, all right, well, and he was, doing a good clip. But then another one joined in late. and he was just moseying along, text messaging, talking on the phone. I don't know what the heck he was doing, but the light literally turned red, and he still had like 15, 20 feet to go. So not only was he holding up other traffic, but he just made me made me completely miss a green light to be able to make a right turn. I'm like, this is awesome. So finally, someone makes a U-turn. The universe is kind enough to give me an opportunity, which is also symbolic if you think about it, right? Someone makes a U-turn out of the whole slew of cars that were turning, right? One makes a U-turn. I'm like, boom, I punch it, and I actually squealed a little. I'm like, boom, okay, cool, thank you. I'm on my way. And so I go down and make another left turn to get behind a car, and then I got like 3 cars to the left of me. Well, we're coming up on a semi, and the semi's in the lane, and up ahead of I got to make a right, but whatever. So anyway, I get bottlenecked in, no way to get around it, stuck behind this semi. I cannot go faster than 10 miles an hour, no matter what. And there's just cars coming from the left. There's no way I'm getting around this semi. And I'm just sitting there with the biggest smile on my face going, okay, thank you, universe. You've made your point. And there was no way getting around it. You've made your choice. Sometimes when we make our choices, you've got to follow them through no matter what the end is. And a lot of times I know many of us think to choose, here's the path, here's the end result. I'm going to manifest X, right? No matter what X is, right? And you're like, so that's what I'm going to do. Not realizing that X may take 5 times longer to manifest than Y, just because of the way it is. You can have it, but because there's so many other aspects to it, maybe some emotional connections, whatever the case is, it's more of a path to get to X. And that's fine. But we don't realize that sometimes. Sometimes when we agree that yes, I am manifesting X, that will happen. And I know it'll happen in its due time. Well, do you understand that due time is actually a bit more of a time frame than maybe something else? And again, sometimes it's very cool to be on that specific thing. Sometimes it's just better to be like, all right, give me the right, best, perfect thing. So we got to be careful too on how we phrase things and qualify them. And these are things as teachers I expect all of you are playing around with, because it is really the only way to truly learn these little nuances is to truly play with them. But to get back on track, my point was pay attention to every single moment you're conscious of, because in every single moment, there's something in there for you, always. That moment's for you. All of them are, all of them. And I go back to the shooting star, which I don't think I finished that thought. If I did, I'm sorry, I totally forgot. But my point is you will look, I didn't. You will look in the exact right location at the exact right time. Shooting stars are quick, gone, right? You don't see it. It's all but maybe a second, right? Just goes right through. It probably makes something totally cool or sounding noise in that, but but anywho, they're that quick, and you have to look in the exact right location at the exact right time. Trust me, we're all dialed in. There's your proof. That's your proof. If you've ever seen a shooting star, if you haven't, well, it's time to start wishing for one. But again, this is more of an advanced show. I'm hoping everyone's seen a shooting star. But again, pay attention. It will find its way, but whatever you're conscious of is your movie. It's your reality. It's your thing. It's for you, 100%. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully it makes a difference. Again, kind of the more advanced stuff, teachery, whatever the crud stuff. Going out with another teacher-type song. This is a great Van Halen tune called Hot for Teacher.
She said, "No, I'll be no uptown fool. Maybe